there's a mass consciousness shift towards understanding that animals are moral agents worthy
Yeah.
of respect, right? And I think with that is going to come a moment where we are going to need to be apologized to. Does that make sense? You know,
Yeah. I
the
mean,
the carnies, they're gonna have to apologize to the vegans.
do you think they will?
No.
I mean, to me, I don't think the South has ever. I mean, they're still saying the South will rise again. They're not saying that, like, the South isn't apologizing for slavery, are they? They're like they've never. They're still flying the stars and bars. These bastards. They're still they're still like the South will rise. It's about heritage, not hate. And
Yeah.
they're still using that type of language. They're not going to apologize.
Yeah,
Although,
but
have you?
we'll be owed one though.
We would be owed an apology. Yes. I mean, they still haven't. People still talk about reparations, why not have they still haven't had reparations. They still haven't had anything like I don't know. I think it'd be kind of easy to determine who is who is the scions of slavery, right? Who is the descendant of a slave, and be able to say, okay, this person gets money. You know what I mean? I think that you could do that still. I think the South should pay. I think Texas should pay. I think Louisiana should pay. I think you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who should do the paying.
Yeah.
Florida should pay. Anyway, but that's a whole
There's
other story. They're not going to
yeah.
apologize.
And the thing is with that is there's so many historical injustices that we have, not we, but like collectively as a society have participated in and are continuing to participate in, that it's like, okay, reparations, great. I love it. Well, Native Americans, are we going to do it for them too? You know what I mean?
Why
Yeah, we
not?
should. We
Sure.
should. We
Well,
should.
I think with Native Americans, Native Americans was a genocide. So I think that, like, you could, I don't know, why not? Yes, I think everyone should have a minimum universal basic income anyway. So I think that maybe we could just do that, and everyone could AI can do all of our jobs. Because that's the other thing. Like, traveling with Joseph, like, one of the first arguments we had was he's like, oh, we there was a little robot running food at a restaurant we went to, and it was the first time I'd seen one like in action at a restaurant, where like you're sitting down and the waiter comes over, takes your order, which is completely superfluous, unneeded piece of unneeded component of labor, and then all of a sudden a robot comes playing mariachi music, and it's got big eyes, and it goes, hello, pick up your fucking food, and like and then you just pick up your, but then a person like comes over to the robot and takes the food from like the 2 feet from the robot to your table, and just puts it in front of the right person, because the robot doesn't have arms to do it, right? Anyway, Joseph is like, one person following another, following his job replacement, and I'm like, yeah, but so what? Those jobs suck. We don't need those jobs. Those jobs are not those jobs are beneath humanity. Like, we shouldn't be having to do those jobs. Running food for rich people. Like, it's
Well,
just a just.
we're living in a world where in order to like be a comfortable person, you need to pay rent. You need to pay your property tax. You need to
Yeah.
pay
Oh my
your
god.
bills. You need to pay
Why are you
10
just like
different,
give me anxiety?
right? I'm giving a lot of people anxiety right now, I'm sure, because what we need to acknowledge is that our current setup is for most people a form of indentured servitude.
Yes.
And I think future generations, if we have future generations, are going to look back and be like, "Whoa, that was a not cool way." Because what we're doing right now is we're creating artificial scarcity on this planet, because we live on a planet of abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody could be better off than we are right now if it wasn't for the selfishness that comes with capitalism. And I
The
grew up
hoarding of wealth.
the hoarding of wealth. And you and I both grew up in a society that put capitalism up on this mantle. Like, when I learned about the different economic and social systems, they were like, yeah, this is the right one, and all the other ones are stupid, was essentially what I got from my social studies teacher.
I, I've always loved this idea, this worshiping of capitalism too, because, like, if if capitalism worked, which I'm not saying I'm not saying throw it all away, although I am kind of I don't know, I'd rather have it be completely gone, but then we wouldn't need stimulus packages. We wouldn't need we wouldn't need any kind of corporate bailouts. We wouldn't need any kind of we wouldn't need the Fed controlling the interest rates. We wouldn't need any of these mechanisms that we've put in place to correct the course of capitalism. capitalism doesn't work because and this it's proven every day, the fact that like if we just leave it be, it goes completely out of control and throws everyone into poverty. Like that's happened
Mhm.
many times. Every time you deregulate too much, capitalism just like throws huge portions of humanity into abject poverty, into
Mhm.
starvation. Like and what we do with capitalism is like make sure that it's just right so just the brown people are starving. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
the way we course correct capitalism for ourselves. It's disgusting, and I
And
don't.
we don't help the unhoused people because that's the threat. If you don't play the game, then you're going to end up like them is the threat. So
Mhm.
if we helped them, then the whole system would fall apart because people would just drop out. And it's like, I'm not criticizing Joseph because that's a common thing to feel, and I've felt the same thing, and I do feel the same thing often, like, oh no, that person's job is going away. But what underpins that even way of thinking is the fact that we need to have jobs in the first place.
Yeah.
And I would love to radically restructure our society so that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, I read a long, long time ago that in the 60s, people were saying jobs are a trick of the man. The man tricked you into think. This is in the 60s, people talking like this, that the man tricked you into having a job. It's bullshit. You don't need one. And at the very most, if you wanted to have nicer things, then you could work 2 or 3 days a week. There's no
Mhm.
reason you need to be working 40. 40 is like the minimum now, and that's fucking insane. Like
Mhm.
I am blessed right now because of the VFFs and because of everyone who's like I'm working for PETA now, and I feel like I'm working instead of enriching some asshole, I'm working to give some kind of at least ostensibly some kind of goal, right? Like some kind of greater good that I'm working for. Like I'm working for this nebulous idea now rather than like trying to enrich somebody. Like Ingrid Newkirk makes $35,000 a year. That's what her paycheck says on it, right? That's all public and you can go check it out. She makes like one of the lowest amounts of any CEO of a nonprofit org. So I'm not working to enrich her. I'm working to like further this organization to try to do good. And god damn it, that's a good feeling, and
Well,
how many
because
people
it's
can say that?
Yeah, because it's when you're doing work that you would be doing anyway, it's not a job. It's a purpose. It's what you're
Mhm.
driven to do. And me saying that like, oh, people don't shouldn't have jobs, that doesn't mean that we're gonna stop being productive as a
Yeah.
society. Like, I don't want a job, but I'm still gonna make puppets because I love doing it. And that's still gonna add to society in a tangible way. There's still
And
gonna be
some people
doctors who want to help
right.
people.
And there will still be people to pour you coffee because there's still going to be somebody who wants to do that job for a little extra something something. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you just pull the wheels off but this idea that someone needs to be serving other people coffee 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week just to pay rent is it's so offensive. Just saying it out loud sounds insane. It
Yeah,
sounds completely diabolical that someone would have to
yeah,
pour someone else coffee 60 hours a week so that they can make rent. Like that's
yeah,
fucking insane.
yeah. The,
Yeah.
the term rat race applies. It's like, yeah, that's really what's going on. We're just these animals who are going from one place to another. I gotta drink my coffee, I gotta get my food. Oh, I gotta show up at work on time so I don't make my boss upset. And it's like, what's
So that
life?
because I'm my boss's side hustle. Like I've loved that thing too. Like your job is somebody else's side hustle. Your job is somebody else's passive income because they're paying you to do something that makes them money, and they
Yeah, I
just
work
it-
yeah, I
yeah
work at a publicly traded company with
yeah.
shareholders that are paid dividends, and
Mhm.
every time I look at those dividends, I'm like, "That's just money that is not going to the employees who are actually creating the value here."
Yeah, the people. Yeah, you're somebody's side hustle. That's what you are.